Hello guys, welcome back to another episode review of Hollyoaks for 8th of December 2022. Let's start off with Bobby. He's in a bit of a dilemma because when he killed Verity in her office, he left his halo inside the office, which was a kind of rookie mistake. And in the pictures you can see Goldie looking at a picture of Bobby, trying to go through any kind of evidence or anything that she can find and try to pin Bobby, because she knows deep down Bobby's probably behind Verity's death, and it's a good hunch, to be honest. And I just feel like, her brother Silver's passed away and Bobby's killed him, basically, although it might not be direct when Silver died. Just that another person's died and Goldie's not gonna let it to rest, and I just think Goldie definitely has got my vote when it comes to not letting it rest. I do think that her family and everyone is just probably looking at her thinking, wow, she needs to cool it, take it easy, have a breather. But no, because it is getting serious. This little kid, Bobby, is turning into a mini Silas now, and he's just killing people. And Goldie, thank goodness, is the only McQueen that can see through him and is not letting it drop. And because normally all the McQueens, they come in packs and they fight for each other. In this case, I'm really glad that Goldie's really pushing it forward, because Bobby needs help, regardless whether it's locking him away or, do you know what I mean? It's he just needs the help, number one and foremost, and the fact that it will stop him killing more people. Verity was one of my favorite characters on there, and I'm still stunned that she's gone. Maybe she had to go in real life, who knows? But yeah, I really hope she comes. I don't know, she comes back, but it's a stupid thing to say because we saw her in the hospital lying in the body bag. Again, I said in my previous episode reviews, I hope that wasn't the case, but anyway, it'll be hard to fill in her shoes, whoever if there's a new characters that come in the village. But yeah, anyway, Bobby, he went into the Deep Valley Law office when there was investigation going on, or forensics and stuff, and Zoe, the police officer in charge, she basically was kind of looking after the area and kind of leading the forensics there. And I don't know if forensics even arrived at the time, but she was just there gathering any evidence. And the fact that Bobby's just managed to sneak in, found that a bit unrealistic, because the police really should have put a strict access there only. How does a child just walk in there willy-nilly? I know Zoe was distracted, but surely there'll be police inside the office, and at least one police officer manning the door. Just that one little criticism I have, that they could have made it more realistic and mundane, and it kind of annoyed me, the fact that Bobby grabbed the halo. And it got funny actually, because when he took the halo away from the office, and when Goldie and John Paul, they were having conversation back at the house again, McQueen house, Goldie and John Paul were discussing Bobby. Goldie, I think, said that, look, let's get the book back that Verity had, and also the USB stick with the video evidence and such. And they had a plan that John Paul was gonna flirt with James, and then Goldie was gonna sneak in and grab the evidence. And she was actually thinking of Bobby's welfare this time, only for him to kind of drop the halo in the bin and look at John Paul right in the eye and say, no need to worry, etc. Saying, "Are you happy now?" It was really creepy as well. John Paul was very freaked out. So was Goldie. She didn't really say much. And I think John Paul's now going to start to see what Goldie's been banging on about, because that was very, very odd and very eerie. And especially, even John Paul said it, he's like a little ninja. How did he come behind me? And what I don't understand is, why would Bobby drop the halo right in the bin. I know no one discovered it yet, but you should just not bin it, because someone's going to open that bin to chuck something, and they're going to see that the halo's there, and they're going to think, well, why have you chucked the halo away? Surely it should be in your room somewhere. Yeah, I found that weird, and if anything, you would dispose it properly, because just for example, you know, when he dropped his halo in the office, Verity's hair could have been on that halo, like, you know, a piece of hair and anything. So I know he's just a child, so maybe he didn't think that through. But he needs to be stopped regardless, to be honest. Moving on, Shaq, Tony, Diane, especially Tony, I really feel sorry for him, and Shaq as well. Eric's getting the blunt of it from Maxine. Maxine's not letting it drop. She's kind of made everyone listen to the last voicemail that Verity's left her, saying she's found something about Eric. Unfortunately, I knew he might get the end stick of it, but he kind of deserves it, because he is the spiker at the end of the day. So although he didn't kill Verity, he deserves some sort of punishment. I just wish that him and Bobby get found out quite soon, because Eric, the fact that he's been a spiker for so long, and I know it's Verity kind of believed in him and he's going to stop, but it's not, because he's still in the group chat. The fact that he hasn't left yet and he's still talking on there is kind of speaks volumes, and he really should have left that chat, to be honest. And yeah, even you got the likes of Mason, he's even on it, but we'll get to him in a bit. And yeah, so I think Maxine's definitely got his eye on him, and the fact that in the end of the episode, Maxine was literally kind of indirectly threatened by Eric, and Maxine said, look, you know, you didn't kill Verity, and then he smiled and he walked off. Again, he kind of showed to her, like, if you think that I killed my own sister, then what do you think that I will do to you? Like, and I think she kind of backed off there. She kind of, do you know what I mean? She got quite scared. Yeah, look, I think Tony definitely did not deserve this, because he's had so many people that he's lost around him. And not only that, he's lost Diane a couple of times as well, especially when he was taken away by Breeder. I feel like he's such a lovable character, Tony is, and the fact that he's going through all that in almost every year, and yeah, you kind of wish him like that he has like good stories like year round, because he's like a comedic character, and he's like very funny. He's like the head of Hollyoaks, because he's there with the dog in the pond, the pub, and he's got that family unit. And he's just a really likable person. He's helping his, you know, siblings and Eric, like, kind of like get a foot through the village. Yeah. Anyway, I think so far it's been good acting, good scenes by all the actors there. Some stories and writing was great. Some kind of I didn't really understand. So like this, for example, like when when Bobby dropped the halo in the bin right there, and then just acting very strange and odd in front of John Paul, and just bringing more heat on him, just more like just making you're just looking more obvious, to be honest. But obviously, and Mason, yeah, let's talk about Mason to finish off. He's obviously going through some weird phase because he's in the chat. I think they need to investigate. So this is what I don't understand. His parents, Mason's parents, why are they not just going through his phone, just checking? Because he's still a minor. They're allowed to do that if they have reason or belief that they should be concerned about him. And clearly, because he's in that weird group chat, this like radical group. But yeah, overall, decent episode. I kind of like the fact that in the dog that everyone was reminiscing Verity and talking about good qualities about her and stuff. I actually enjoyed that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the episode review, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.